So in the last class we have seen how to calculate the time period for the continuous time signal again, and also we have seen if more than one component is given, then how to calculate the time period. That means the ratios has to be rational numbers. Okay, then just we will continue from that. Okay, say the question is like this. If x of t is equal to cos 5t plus sine 10t, then find the time period. Find time period. Before finding the time period, we have to verify whether the given signal is periodic signal or not. Okay, first we'll calculate the time period of the first signal, that is 2 pi by omega 1, that is 5. For the second signal 2 pi by omega 2, that is 10. Again you take the ratio of t1 and t2. Definitely this will be rational number. Okay, definitely this will be a rational number. Again, once if the ratios are rational, then definitely this is periodic. Okay, then the period, common period t0 is equal to LCM of 2 pi by 5 and 2 pi by 10. Okay, again you take LCM for in the numerator, that is 2 pi, HCF in the denominator, that is 5. So 2 pi by 5 seconds is the time period of this signal. Or otherwise you can apply omega domain. What is omega 1? Omega 1 is 5. What is omega 2? That is 10. Omega naught is equal to HCF of omega 1 and omega 2, that is 5 comma 10. The HCF is 5, that means omega naught is equal to 5. If omega naught is 5 and t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught, so 2 pi by 5 seconds is the answer. Okay, then next question. X of t is equal to 3 e power j 3 by 5 t plus 3 pi by 10. Okay, now the question is like this. Then what is the solution? Again you can write this signal like this: e power j 3 by t into e power j 3 pi by 10. Again this term is purely a phase term. Okay, e power, there is no time variable. E power j theta, it is like e power j theta. So again whenever the signal is given like this, it's like e power j omega t plus theta. Okay, that means this is the phase term. Okay, this is the term where the frequency is there. Okay, now what is the frequency? The frequency is 3 by 5. Okay, now the frequency omega is equal to 3 by 5 only. Again we know the phase will not affect the time period calculation, so we'll simply ignore the phase. Okay, so omega is equal to 3 by 5. Then what is t naught? T naught is equal to 2 pi by omega and then 2 pi by 3 by 5. Okay, 10 by 3 pi is the answer. 5 second is the answer. Okay, and then what about the next question? X of t is equal to cos 5 by t plus sine 10 pi t. Again the omega, sorry, the t1 is equal to 2 pi by omega, that is 5 pi. T2 is equal to 2 pi by omega 2, that is 10 pi. T1 is equal to 2 by 5. T2 is equal to 1 by 5. T naught is equal to LCM of T naught is equal to LCM of T1 comma T2. T1 comma T2, that is LCM of 2 by 5 comma 1 by 5. Okay, if we take LCM, I think we made a mistake here. 2 by 5. Yes, what is the sorry, no mistake. So what is the LCM of this one? In the numerator you take LCM, in the denominator HCF, so 2 by 5 is the answer. Okay, or other method you call, what is omega 1? Omega 1 is 5 pi, omega 2 is 10 pi, then omega naught is equal to HCF of omega 1 comma omega 2 HCF of 5 pi comma 10 pi, then HCF value is 5 pi, omega naught is equal to 5 pi. Then what about T naught? T naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught, that is 5 pi. So 2 by 5 second is the answer. Okay. Okay, then now next we'll proceed to the discrete time signal. So far we are discussing about how to calculate the time period for continuous time signal. Next topic is time period for discrete time signal. Time period for discrete time signal. Again, the time period for discrete time signal is little bit tricky. It's not straightforward. Okay, not straightforward in the sense directly you cannot apply the formula. Okay, here we need little bit extra analysis, okay, before calculating the time period of the signal. Again, discrete signal also, it could be either sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal. Okay, see, even in discrete domain we can classify into two types. One is non-sinusoidal discrete signal, and another one is sinusoidal discrete signal. Okay, again, for non-sinusoidal discrete signal there is no regular formulas available. Just by observation, okay, just by observation only you can tell, okay, whether the given signal is periodic or not. Whenever the non-sinusoidal signal is given, whether the signal is periodic or not, or if it is periodic, what is the period of the signal, that you can tell only with the observation. Okay, only with observation only you can tell T naught has to be calculated T naught by observation. Okay, only by just observing the graph only you can calculate what is the time period of the signal. Just by seeing the mathematical equation you cannot tell. Okay, you need some kind of observation. Okay, to by observation only you can T naught you can calculate by means of observation, T naught time period. Okay, again here we will not use the term T naught, here we will use term N naught because it is discrete. So here we will use the term N naught. Okay, time period of the discrete signal, just by observing the graph only you can tell. But if it is a sinusoidal signal, okay, again there are some formulas available. Okay, again along with that formula some conditions are there. Okay, you have to verify that condition also. Just by plugging into the formula you cannot tell what is the time period. So you have to follow certain rules and rules. Okay, some conditions are there. Okay, so now first we'll see the definition of time period for discrete signal. Later we will extend to for sinusoidal discrete signal. Okay, first what is the time period calculation for the discrete time signal. Okay, so a signal is said to be periodic, a discrete signal. So in this case a signal x of n, that means what, a discrete signal x of n is periodic with the period n, periodic with the period n if x of n plus n is equal to x of n, okay, for all value of n. Okay, already we have seen it in terms of time, a continuous time, x of t plus t naught is equal to x of t. Now just we are replacing t with a n, that's it. Okay, see, already we have seen this. Okay, x of t plus t naught is equal to x of t. That means in continuous domain. So in discrete domain t is replaced by n, t naught is replaced by capital N. Okay, again this instead of t, here we are getting n. Okay, that is the only change. Okay, again the definition is almost same. So a signal x of n is periodic with the n if x of n plus n is equal to x of n. Okay, and again you know one more thing. See, when t naught is period, I already told you, when t naught is the period for a particular signal, then 2 t naught will also be a period for the same signal. 3 t naught will also be a period for the same signal. So that means what, if t naught is the period of the signal, the multiples of t naught will also be the period of the particular signal. But out of this t naught we will call it as a period because t naught is the smallest of all the numbers. Okay, so what do you mean by time period or fundamental time period? Is the period is the smallest value with which the signal is getting repeated. So again some people are confusing with this. Okay, So if t naught is period for particular signal, period for particular signal, then definitely then the multiples of t naught will also be a period. Multiples of t naught will also be period of the same signal, but t naught is the period or fundamental period of the signal, because t naught is the smallest one, but t naught is the fundamental period of the signal, fundamental period of the signal. But in the exam, whether they mention the term fundamental or not, it is always implied that it is like a fundamental period. Okay, see, in the exam they may not mention like fundamental period, they may ask only period, but what is hidden there? It's like they are asking only fundamental period. Okay, so fundamental period is a period, it is the smallest value with which the signal is getting repeated. So in future you should not have any other confusion from this. Similarly for n naught also, okay. So now where the n that I am mentioning here is like fundamental period, so that means what, instead of putting n I can put 2n, I can put 3n, even that this equation will be satisfied, because if the signal is periodic with the n, then it is also periodic with the 2n, 3n and 4n. It's like that. Okay, if the signal is periodic with the capital N, then it is also periodic with the multiples of capital N. Okay, that is the idea here. Okay, so once if the signal is, so that means what I am telling, so here I can put, to be safer side, I can put n naught, where what is n naught? N naught is the fundamental period. N naught is the fundamental period of the discrete signal, fundamental period of the discrete signal, fundamental period of the discrete signal. Okay, so now again in case of continuous, we are having this formula t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega. Then what is the formula here? If you are using sinusoidal signal, okay, n naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. Again, this formula is not always valid. Okay, it is valid under certain conditions. So I can use this formula directly. Okay, instead of t I can put n naught. Anyway, omega naught will be there even in the discrete signal, that I can substitute here. I will get n naught. Okay, but it is not valid always. It is not valid always. That means what? It is valid at certain time. Okay, it is not valid always. What is the meaning of this statement? It is not valid always means, okay, so again this will be valid at some time, okay, but not always. Okay, so I can put like this. Okay, so this is valid only at some time but not always. Okay, this formula is valid only at some times and sometime but not always. Okay, so that means what, there are some other conditions. Okay, so when it is not valid, again we'll be having some other condition. Okay, so we will analyze that condition, then we will prove that under what condition this formula is becoming like valid one. Okay, so if it is not valid, we have to use some other formula, again just the extension of this one. Okay, extension of this one we'll be using. So again, before going into that, again this is purely related with the sinusoidal signal. So now we'll see how to find out the period for the discrete sinusoidal signal. Okay, now this is specifically the period of the discrete sinusoidal signal. Okay, once if it is sinusoidal, okay, we can use either sine or cos, or otherwise to be put it in the common term we can use e power j, because if I use e power j, what is the meaning of that? It consists of both sine as well as cos. Okay, once if I make analysis for e power j, then that analysis will be valid for sine as well as cos. So I will take the exponential term now. So now I will take the exponential discrete time signal. Okay, what is the general formula for exponential discrete time signal? E power j omega n. E power j omega n. Whether the signal is sinusoidal or not sinusoidal, if you want to follow the periodicity property, what is the formula? The formula is x n plus n is equal to x of n. Okay, this formula is valid for any signal. let it be sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal. Okay, x of n plus n is equal to x of n. Okay, now what is there? Instead of n, they are putting n plus n. Okay, this is like original signal x of n. X of n is a e power j omega n, where you replace n in terms of n plus n, then you will be getting a e power j omega n plus n. Wherever small n is there, you replace with n plus n. That is the idea of this one. So a e power j omega n plus n, and again x of n as it is, e power j omega n. Now a will cancel, then you just split the term, e power j omega n, okay, e power j omega capital N is equal to e power j omega n. Okay, now if you see here, again this term and this term will cancel. So what is surviving? Only e power j omega n. Okay, so e power j omega n is equal to 1. So again e power j omega n is equal to 1. If this has to be valid, what is the value of this j omega n? Anybody? Can anybody tell me? If e power j something has to be 1, then what is that something? What is the value of omega n? What should be the value of omega into n so that this gives this value is 1?
0, sir.
0 or anything else? Yes, 0 is also valid. Is there any other value? Only 0. E power 0 is anyway 1. Is there any other value? Because see, e power j theta, it is like angle. Okay, so angle could be 0, pi by 2, pi, 2 pi, something like that. Okay, you are going in the rotation. Okay, then only 0 will give you 1, or something else is there other than 0. What about e power j 2 pi? What is the value of e power j 2 pi, sir? It's very simple. E power j theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So cos 2 pi plus j sin 2 pi. What is the answer? What is the value of cos 2 pi?
1, sir.
1. Okay, so that means what? You can put 0 or 2 pi or 4 pi, anything you can put. Finally, you will get 1 only. So that means in general, I can write like this. You put e power 0, definitely the answer is 1, because cos 0 plus j sin 0 is equal to 1. You put e power 2 pi, okay, e power, that means j, okay, with j, because if j is there, then only you can write like this. Okay, so cos 2 pi plus j sin 2 pi, again the value is 1. You put e power j 4 pi, again cos 4 pi plus j sin 4 pi, again the value is 1. So like this you can go. Okay, so the next, okay, so how can I write in the generalized format? Okay, so e power j omega n is equal to 1. Okay, that means e power j omega n is equal to, I can write like e power j 2 pi k. That means what should be the value of k? K can be 0, 1, 2, 3, because k is like a natural number from 0 to infinite. Because I have already used the term n, capital N, that's why I cannot use n here, because whenever the variable we used to use as a n, but n I already used. So that's why I cannot once again introduce n, then that will make a confusion. That's why I am using some different notation. But what is this k value? It could be anything from 0 to infinite. Okay, and again please remember, this k is like integer only. Okay, because when you put exactly 0 or 1 or 2, that time only you are satisfying this. When if I put k is equal to 1.1, okay, can we satisfy this condition? Okay, so my question is, when you put 0, 1, 2, 3, you are satisfying this condition. But if I put some intermediate value, that will not satisfy this. Okay, so that means what exactly? K has to be like an integer. It could be any integer from 0 to infinite. That's like whole number. Okay, it's like whole number without any decimal point. Okay, so the first condition here is, okay, I am introducing some extra new term. Already I know what is n. Even n, what could be the value of n, sir? N is n also it will be valid from what? 1 to infinite only. Okay, n is also time period. Time period in case of discrete means was what? It could be either 1 or 2 or 3 like that. Okay, so that you have to understand first what do you mean by capital N, because you are in the discrete domain. When you are in the discrete domain, okay, time is discrete. Okay, it's like 1 2 3 4. So that means what could be the possible value of N? That is also from 1 to infinite. That means N is also a integer without decimal point, integer without decimal point. Okay, that is different. Okay, but again you are introducing one more variable, that is k. This is also a integer, that too without any decimal point, without any decimal point, without any decimal point. Okay, so now if the signal has to be periodic, if the given sinusoidal signal has to be periodic, then it has to satisfy this condition. So from this I can write like this. Okay, so from this omega n is equal to 2 pi k. Okay, then I need n. Okay, n by k is equal to 2 pi by omega. Now I can calculate n 2 pi by omega. Now k is in my hand. I can vary the k any value 1 2 3 4 like that up to infinite. But out of all this k, which k is valid? Okay, I can put from 0 1 2 3 like that. But once if I put 0, when I put k is equal to 0, n will become 0. Okay, just we are analyzing. When I put k is equal to 0, n will become 0. But the time period cannot be 0, because time period means it is like a smallest positive quantity. Okay, it cannot be 0. Again, this is, again we cannot put k is equal to 0. Okay, so when k is 0, n is 0, that is not a valid one, because time period cannot be 0. Okay, it could be, at least should be a positive value, at least 1 should be there, or 2 3 4 anything it could be there. But 0 is not allowed, because here only I told you n can vary from 1 to infinite. Okay, 1 2 3 4 like that. So now but if I put k is equal to 1, okay, say for example if I put k is equal to 1, again say I am putting k is equal to 1, n is equal to 2 pi by omega, 2 pi by 2 pi by omega into k. Next I can put k is equal to 1. Again I have to observe what is n. When I put k is equal to 1, what is happening to n? Because what is the condition you have told? Finally, if you want to satisfy this, k has to be integer, n also has to be integer. So the next thing here is you can put any value of k, but out of all this, what is the smallest value of k which gives n as an integer? That value of n we will call it as a time period of the signal. So next our aim is the smallest value of k. So what is the smallest value of k? What is the smallest value of k? Again please note down, k means always was integer, you cannot put decimal value. Okay, what value of integer, smallest value of k will produce okay n as integer. Okay, what value of smallest, what is the smallest value of k that will produce n as a integer? Okay, that integer n we will call it as a time period. Okay, see, just like randomly you cannot put k value. Okay, k has to be integer and n also has to be integer. Okay, again k you can vary from 0. You put 0, if it is not, again 0 is not valid, you put 1, whether you are getting n as integer. If not, you put k is equal to 2, whether you see whether you are getting n as a integer. Otherwise you put 3, like that you have to go. It's like trial and error. So at what value of k, again k is also integer, you are getting n as a integer, that n will call it as a fundamental period, because I am telling smallest value. See, say for example at k is equal to 2, if you are getting n as a integer, even at k is equal to 4 you would get n as a integer, but that is also a period. But out of this, which one is smallest? The smallest one is when you put k as a smallest, that time only you will get n as a smallest one. So the smallest value of k that will produce n as a integer is called as the fundamental time period of the signal. So as to produce n as a integer, now this n is called n naught, that is fundamental time period, fundamental period of the signal. Okay, again this may not be clear here, okay, fully, but once if you solve one or two problem, this will be clear to you. Okay, this will be clear to you. So now I'll take the simple problem. X of n is equal to 3e power j. In beginning itself, no need to take this problem. Okay, so x of n is equal to 3e power j 3 pi by 5 n plus 1 by 2, n plus 1 by 2. Okay, now what is the first we'll make the split up. Okay, this signal consists of phase also, then you apply the split of e power j 3 pi by 5 n into e power j 1 by 2. Again this term is only phase. Okay, we'll concentrate on the frequency. So now what is the frequency? Frequency omega is equal to 3 pi by 5. Okay, frequency omega is equal to 3 pi by 5. Suppose this is the frequency, but if you use directly this formula blindly, that n naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught, okay, see 2 pi by 3 pi by 5, now you will be getting 10 by 3 as your answer, but that answer is wrong. Why? Can anybody tell why the answer is wrong? Please quickly.
It's not an integer,
Yes,
sir.
it is not a integer. Okay, so it's not a integer. So we have to apply that method, that regular formula. This is one of the important formula that you need to remember always. Whenever you come to the discrete signal period calculation, you have to remember this formula exactly. Okay, so I'll apply that formula. The next page, n by k is equal to 2 pi by omega. N by k is equal to 2 pi by omega. What is the omega value? 3 pi by 5. Okay, 3 pi by 5. So n by k is equal to 10 by 3. So that means n is equal to 10 by 3 into k. Now what is the range of k? K can vary from 1 to up to infinite. Now what value of k, what value of smallest k will produce n as integer? So just by trial and error we will go. First you put k is equal to 1, you are getting 10 by 3. You put k is equal to 2, you are getting 20 by 3. You put k is equal to 3, you are getting 10. So now this is k is equal to 1, this is k is equal to 2, this is k is equal to 3. So now the smallest value of k which will produce n as an integer is k is equal to 3. Then exactly at k is equal to 3 only you will get time period. So now n is equal to 10 is the time period of the signal. Okay, so for this signal, what is the time period? N is equal to 10. Again, if I continue this, okay, so suppose if I put k is equal to 4, what will happen? Yes, sir. If I put k is equal to 4, here itself I am putting, if I put k is equal to 4, 40 divided by 3. Okay, when I put k is equal to 4. If I put k is equal to 5, 50 divided by 3. If I put k is equal to 6, I will get 60 divided by 3, but that is 20. Okay, that is 20. So that means what? When I put k is equal to 3, that time also I am getting integer. When I put k is equal to 6, that time also I am getting integer. That means what? If this signal is periodic with 10, then it is also periodic with 20. Then it is also periodic with 30 and 40 and so on. So but out of this, which one is the fundamental period? The fundamental period is only n is equal to 10. Okay, because in the definition itself I have told you the smallest value of k that will produce n as a integer, that n naught we will choose as a fundamental period. That n naught will choose as a fundamental period. So for this n is equal to 10 is the answer. Okay, so now we will take the another problem. X of n is equal to 3 e power j 3 pi by 5. Sorry, I think yes, 3 e power j 3 by 5 n plus 1 by 2. Is it periodic signal or aperiodic signal? Anybody? Is it periodic or not periodic? Yes sir, any answer? No idea. It's not periodic signal. Okay, it is aperiodic signal because in a discrete domain, if pi is not there here, then definitely that is not periodic. Okay, anyway we will see. We'll proceed with the regular method. Okay, this is phase, that will not affect our time period. Okay, and what is omega? Omega is equal to 3 by 5. Again our formula n by k is equal to 2 pi by omega, where omega value is 3 by 5. Then what is n? N is equal to 10 pi by 3 into k. Yes, now tell me what value of k will make n as an integer? What value of k? Again please remember, this is 10 by 3. What is the value of pi? Pi value is 3.14. Again it goes continuously. Now what value of k will make n as an integer? Any idea? Yes, please quickly. What value of k will make n as a integer?
Multiples of 3, sir.
Multiples of 3 you are telling. Say for example, if you put n is equal to, sorry, k is equal to 3. Okay, so now you are putting k is equal to 3, then this 3 will cancel, then this is 3.144 like that, then again this is 30 point, it's going like this, some value. Okay, so again 30 point, it's so not 30, please wait a bit, it will go like 31.4 endlessly it will be going. Is it an integer? So what is the condition? By putting the integer value of k, you have to get n also an integer. Now if, what is the value of n now? Is it an integer? 31.4 is a integer or not? Integer means, again I'm telling, it's like a complete number. Okay, 1 2 3 4 like that. Is it a complete number? Yes, no idea. It's not a integer. Okay, it's not a complete number. Okay, because the number will be going endlessly, but what is the period is telling, it should be strictly, it should be either 1 2 3 4 like that. It's like a whole number. Okay, the number has to be like a whole number, no dot points, no decimals and all allowed. Okay, if the signal, if the values goes endlessly, then again we cannot make, okay, complete number actually. So that's why this signal is not periodic. Okay, see, you cannot make, by putting k as a integer, you cannot make n as a integer, but you can make n as a integer like this, but that is not valid. Say for example, if you are putting 10 pi by 3 into k, 10 pi by 3 into k, if I put k is equal to 3 by 5, then I will get n is equal to 10. But is this valid? K is equal to 3 by 5 is valid? Yes, it is not valid. K is equal to 3 by 5 is not valid, because k also has to be integer. Because if you substitute 3 divided by 3.14, you will be getting some number. K is not an integer. Okay, so but what is the condition is saying, by putting k as an integer, you have to get n as an integer. Okay, again this is also not possible. That's why this is not periodic. Okay, this signal is not periodic. Okay, the signal is not periodic, because strictly we have to follow the condition for sinusoidal signal, because we have started with the definition like this. Okay, we took the sinusoidal signal format. If it is periodic, it has to satisfy this condition. Okay, if you want to satisfy this condition, finally we are getting this condition, finally we are getting this condition, and also k is also an integer, n is also an integer. That means finally you are getting this relation. By putting k as an integer, you have to get n as an integer, then only that signal is periodic or otherwise periodic. Okay, without this much struggle, you can easily tell if the signal is not having pi, If it is a discrete signal, if it is not having pi in its component, definitely that is not periodic. Definitely that is not periodic. But in the exam, you just go by this method, then finally you say it is not periodic. Don't say directly it is not periodic, then they will not give the mark. Okay, see, this question may come under 5 mark, 8 mark, like that. Okay, so that time you have to do some steps, then only finally you can tell whether the given signal is periodic or not periodic. Okay, so lastly we'll see one more problem, non-sinusoidal problem. Okay, then we'll wind up. Okay, now the non-sinusoidal signal is given. Find the period of discrete signal. Find the period of discrete signal. The signal is, say for example, x of n is equal to u of n plus u of minus n minus 1. Okay, again the signal is addition of the two signal. Again, this is not the sinusoidal signal. So when the signal is not sinusoidal signal, we cannot apply the formulas. Okay, so we have to draw the graph. From the graph only we have to observe the time period. Okay, so first of all, before calculating the period, you should know what is the nature of un. Un means unit step discrete signal. It will start at n is equal to 0, and again the same samples will be continued up to infinite with the interval of 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. It goes up to infinite in the positive direction. This is the value of un. Then what about the nature of u of minus n minus 1? Okay, u of minus n minus 1, where the time index is starting. The time index will start at n is equal to minus 1. Again, in which direction the signal will be going? Because here minus is there. Okay, with the n, definitely the signal will be going towards left. Okay, signal goes towards left. If there is no minus term along with the n, then the signal will go towards right. But if there is a minus sign here, the signal goes towards left. And also where the signal is starting, at n is equal to minus 1. So that means, how can I put that? At n is equal to minus 1 it is starting, then it is going towards left. N is equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, again it is going up to minus infinite in this direction. Okay, again with the sample value of all are 1, 1. Okay, now again here this is the reference one, here it is 0. Okay, now there is no values here. Now if you add these two values, see, please observe carefully. This is starting at n is equal to 0 going towards right. This is starting at n is equal to, this is starting at n is equal to minus 1 going towards left. If you add these two signal, okay, because we have to add these two signal. If you add these two signal u of n along with u of minus n minus 1, okay, you will be getting the signal like this. Okay, continuous samples. Okay, say for example, if it is n is equal to 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again it goes up to infinite. This also goes up to infinite, but minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Now can somebody tell me what is the time period of this signal? What is the time period of this signal? Anybody?
1, sir.
1. Okay, so the time period of the signal is 1. Okay, because you can take this signal, and you can repeat both on right side and left side. Okay, you can repeat. Okay, you can repeat like this, both side. So that's why the time period of this signal is 1. Okay, simply 1. Okay, so like this, whenever the discrete signal is given, the first step is you have to draw the graph diagram. Okay, from the diagram only you have to observe. There is no shortcut. Okay, so there is no shortcut, there is no formula. Okay, you have to draw the graph. From the graph only you have to observe. Okay, but if the signal is of sinusoidal nature, no need of graph. Okay, the formulas are there. Okay, so you can use this formula, then from that formula you can find out. Okay, once if the sinusoidal signal is given. So in the next class we'll see the addition of the signal. If more than 2 component is given, even in the discrete itself, if more than 2 component present, how to calculate the time period of the signal. Okay, so if we, before closing with that, we'll provide one note. With that we'll close. Okay, so so finally what is the note? If the discrete signal has to be periodic, okay, if for a discrete signal to be periodic, for a discrete signal to be periodic, we should get integer value of, integer, very important, we should get integer value of time period by substituting integer value of k. This statement is very important. Okay, so for a discrete signal to be periodic, we should get integer value of time period by substituting integer value of k. Again, this is for what? For sinusoidal signal. For non-sinusoidal signal, we'll observe the time period from the graph. Okay, for sinusoidal signal, we have to follow this condition. Okay, so finally, again in sinusoidal, if the signal is not periodic, that also you can tell directly. Say for example, if e power j3n is given, without doing any calculation, you can tell this is not periodic, because here there is no pi term. Or otherwise, if they give the signal like this, e power j 3 pi n, then the signal is